Yeah, lots of Ugins to deal with spirit tokens and whatnot. So, yeah, I really like Simon's deck choice here.
Yeah.
However, that said, Mikael has access to 3 Fulminator Mages in his sideboard. So even if game 1 is tough for Mikael, game 2 could be a completely different game plan here.
Yeah, I really like how I think this will really come down to the disruption, I believe, in game 1. How the Thought Seizes and Inquisitions will be able to know. Inquisition of course doesn't hit that much, or rather the more the payoff cards nor the lands.
Right. Yeah.
But I think we'll see Mikael have slightly tough.
It's almost the same spelling.
Tough game 1 here, and then we'll see how the Fulminator Mage acts in the games 2 and 3.
Yeah. And Simon. Simon is. I'm not sure if he's gonna be on the play or if they're gonna roll for it. Since he is the first placed seed going into this final.
Yes, I know that Mikael and they rolled for it last turn. I believe they will be doing it this turn as well.
Yeah. Okay.
This round.
Simon rolling highly there, so, and Mikael matching it.
Right. So roll of 9. No, Snake Eyes. No, sorry. 9 again. All right. So
exciting dice game here.
Indeed. Who wants to watch Magic anyways?
Yeah.
Everyone knows the games are decided by the die roll.
Yeah. This event has really been about the pizza and the die rolls.
Absolutely. All right. Here we go. Chromatic Star versus Tower there, I believe. No.
Yeah. It's 1 land with 2 star effects. 2 cycle artifacts, 3 cycle artifacts, 2 Oblivion Stones, and I believe it's a payoff card, the one in the back. Can't really make out of it. So it's a very risky keep from Simon if he chooses to keep the hand. Needing to draw either the second land or an Ancient Stirrings from one of his Sphere effects here.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have. Yeah, he's going to mulligan his hand.
Yeah.
And I believe it's the correct decision because you usually want to have some way to assemble Tron in your opening 7.
Yeah.
In starting hand. Either through expedition maps or Sylvan Scrying.
Yeah,
or just
and no Ancient Stirrings either, I believe. So.
Yeah.
So no way to really to filter through those the top of your library. Now Mikael does keep a 7. I'm not quite sure what he has in hand.
Yeah, and Mikael's deck is not really well suited to deal with a Tron deck.
No.
In the main deck.
Now the
Post board, it's way better for Mikael.
Yeah, so he does have a lot of hand disruption. The problem being that the hand disruption has to hit the cards that find the lands.
Yeah, and usually the Tron player can just put out a few Sphere effects on the battlefield, and then whenever he gets to untap, sacrifice them to find a payoff card.
Exactly. So of course he can Thought Seize away the payoff card, but there's so many of them in Simon's deck. So we've seen Ugin there. I believe that's a Chromatic Sphere as well, and the Grove of the Burn Willows.
Yeah.
Is that
2 Ugins, 1 Sphere.
He has 2 Ugins? Alright, so here we go. 1/3 of the combo assembled. So Damnation, Inquisition, here we go.
That's a Worm Coil.
That Worm Coil, so completely missed there. Double Ugin and Worm Coil for Simon.
Yeah.
So Mikael essentially discarding a card to gain some information. Now he has a gift, he has a Divination, Grave Titan, and Elish Norn. So he needs. Is that a click as well? No, that's a Jace. I believe he has a Jace in hand.
Could have been. I didn't quite catch that card. So Simon looking for a 3rd piece here.
Yeah.
And he found the Silver Scrying.
Here we go.
Now is this tower, mine, and now
power
gonna get
plant?
the power plant, I believe.
Well, I
so
can't see why not.
Should have he should have Tron on turn 3 here, right?
Yeah.
And that is really huge.
Yeah, we are going to see some very large dragons and worms entering the battlefield really soon.
Yeah.
So Mikael really doesn't have any way to stop this, and Damnation is very bad at dealing with either planeswalkers or worm coil engines.
Yeah.
So now he does only produce 7 mana, correct? So he can't quite play the Ugin run. He needs 1 more mana.
Next turn he can play the Ugin.
Yeah.
Grove of the Brown Willows and Ugin.
Yes. And the interaction here where Wormcoil not actually a colored spell, so you can minus Ugin and still keep it around should you need to now. So
yeah, I think you just slam the Ugin and try to kill Mikael, because there's not much Mikael can do in this situation right now.
Absolutely. So he's really falling far behind now. He has a Damnation in hand, but really that doesn't change anything. No, here we go, scooping it up, going to the second game here.
Yeah.
And just too quick Tron for Simon, for Michael to deal with. Now, looking at the sideboards here, we said earlier that we think he's going to bring in the
Fulminator Mages for sure.
Yeah.
Stony Silence, Sun Titan I expect to come in. Sun Titan due to the fact that Fulminator Mage and Sun Titan is such a hard lock against a deck like Tron.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I would expect
Distortion Stroke.
The same for Stroke will absolutely come in. If you're Simon, do you bring in the Crucible of Worlds? You have 2 of them available.
You might. I'm not sure.
Because you have access to the lists, and I assume that these players are fairly aware of what their other players are playing. So it could be here that he's hedging against the Fulminator Mages.
For sure. Yeah, I believe that Crucible of Worlds is, if not for this matchup, then when are you gonna bring it in?
Yes.
I don't know. So probably Crucible.
Yeah, there are a lot of matchup or decks that play Fulminator Mage. I know it's, for example, a very crucial piece of the Living End archetype that the Swedish team piloted in the, or the Swedes piloted in the World Championship for a couple of months ago.
For sure. And I believe he's gonna bring in his 2-second Relic of Progenitus. The most important part about it is, I believe Simon wants to cut all his Pyroclasms from the main deck, and possibly an Oblivion Stone or 2. So all the cards that are bad in the matchup are just goes away, and he gets to upgrade them to cards that actually do something. The same is true for Mikael, because he has a lot of sweepers that are great against the mid-range deck, but not really good here.
Yeah.
So I believe he's gonna shave his Wrath of God package.
Now I'm not sure how what's the exact wording on Factor Fiction?
Factor Fiction? It's not really...
sorry.
Gifts and Given.
Gifts and Given, sorry.
Yeah, it targets your opponent, so it gets shut down by Hexproof.
Yeah, so there he does have access to a Orbs of Warding in his sideboard, which would give him Hexproof. I'm not. That might be too cute, but shutting off the namesake card for Mikael might be relevant.
Yeah, it protects him from discard spells. Mikael cannot cast his gifts anymore. It's not irrelevant in any way. It's actually a very good sideboard card in a matchup like this. Yeah, because you can oftentimes get enough mana to cast it. And even if Mikael destroys a land afterwards, you're kind of safe, right?
Yeah. And the preventing 1 damage, not the huge deal, but it does mean that Lingering Souls tokens won't be able to deal damage to you, and the zombie tokens we saw dominating the board earlier, also not entirely as huge of a deal.
Yeah, it's not irrelevant by any stretch.
No.
So, for the most part, I believe this sideboard plan is mostly what you want to take out from both of these players. But also, there are some very powerful sideboard options that you want to bring in and upgrade your deck with.
Yeah, both of these players not really playing the standard. I mean, the place where you want to look at Mika's deck is the graveyard, and the place you want to look at Samuel's deck is the lands.
Yeah.
Not usually the places where you interact the most in Modern.
No, modern is a very creature-centric format.
Yes.
But it has a lot of archetypes that goes around that, and we see 2 of them here.
Yes.
They're not as creature-centric as most of the rest of the format. So it's very interesting that both of these players has chosen a strategy that's quite different from what we could expect to see from a modern field in general. These are 2 very good modern decks, though, so it's interesting to see.
Alright, so here we go again.
Yep.
The sideboarding is finished, the players are shuffling up. Now, how do you like the split of the different payoff cards here? He has access to 1 Ulamog, 1 Emrakul, and then there's a 3-3-3 split between Karn, Ugin, and Wormcoil Engine.
Right. I believe Ugin is probably the best and the worst of them.
Yeah.
In some matchups, it's the absolute worst card because it only deals 3 damage a turn.
Yes.
Has no other applications at all. So you usually don't see 3 Ugins in Tron decks because of that reason.
Yeah. And also, there awkwardly, it's exactly 8 mana, so
Yeah.
so you can't, if you have the natural Tron, you can't play it on turn 3.
Yeah. But I like the split. It's a diverse split for a very diverse format like modern.
Yes. Right, so Colonnade tapped here.
And I believe Simon has 2 different Tron pieces with a Sylvan Scrying, but
Yeah.
I couldn't see if he had a sphere effect to go with it. But he has
Expedition map. Yeah. Alright, so
Oh,
Stony
silence
Silence
from Mikael.
that's gonna
That
be a
is
problem.
huge.
Now, does Simon have any way to deal with that?
He has Nature's Claim in his sideboard, and
Yeah.
he might have brought them in here just to deal with a card like Stony Silence. Mikael also showed in the game against Mats that he has access to some Ghostly Prison or Phyrexian Unlife in case he wants something like that. I do not expect those are in his deck right now.
No,
He has
but
Tron.
but I can't see him cutting the Detention Sphere either.
True, very true.
No, I believe he only had 1, so yeah, he only has 1 in Detention Sphere. So
But
it's
he had Oblivion Ring and Banishing Light in the sideboard,
Yeah.
so he might have brought them in, and Simon might have anticipated that and brought in Nature's Claim.
yes.
It's the one-off Stony Silence in Mikael's deck as well.
Oh, really? And he just drew it all natural?
Yeah.
I know several people in Stockholm who have major issues with that kind of.
It's a legit strategy, man.
Yeah.
Just draw
you
your
know,
cards.
you know who you are.
Yeah.
Alright, so Wormcoil there.
Right. Yeah, he goes with the Wormcoil. I think he might have the 3rd Tron piece in his hand since he searched with
Yeah.
it with.
Yeah, it looks like it. There's definitely a Tron piece. I'm not sure if that's a. No, I think that's a tower. I think he has the power plant right now and the mine. Right.
Does he have the?
I think he has a tower in hand.
Isn't
Well,
that a power plant in hand? So now there are.
Oh yeah, sorry,
all
absolutely.
3.
Yeah, here we go.
I think. I would assume a Karn would get played here, exiling the Stony Silence.
Yeah. Yeah,
enabling the relic again.
That definitely looks like it's what, or that's that or Wormcoil Engine.
Sure. I think Karn is the better play here,
Yeah.
because otherwise gifts could possibly wreck you end of
Yeah.
turn here. But enabling that Relic of Progenitus once again is really good.
Yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
here we go.
Mikael,
Play.
just going with the gifts.
Yeah, so let's see what kind of package he goes for here, because the in the previous games, he was really fighting on the board, trying to manage his opponent's creatures, but that's not really the case anymore. So I wouldn't expect the same kind of Grave Titan or Elish Norn to join the fray here.
No, I think Mikael needs to go for a bit more of a controlling, grindy package here. Yeah. Because if he goes for the reanimation package, you just get blown out by the relic.
Yeah, alright, so here we go. As you previously said, all of the enchantments came in. So
Banishing Light, Oblivion Ring, Detention Sphere.
Yeah.
Alongside the Fulminator Mage, I believe. So they're kind of dangerous to play those enchantments, because if you exile the Karn and the Seaman just slams an Ugin and exiles the enchantments, then you get... Well, it didn't really do anything.
And Ulamog has the same potential as well to get back, if kill the enchantments and get back whatever you... So gives him 2 of the enchantments, leaves it, so Fulminator Mage and Oblivion Ring goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, I think you can't really give him Fulminator Mage here, so I think this is good line. Simon exiling card with Relic.
Thoughtseize. Let's take a peek at that hand.
Yeah.
And Mikael really needs to get a grasp of this game, because
Oblivion Stone. Just
goes away right away. So Wormcoil gonna join the fray here, and then he's kind of out of gas.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mikael is probably just exiling the Karn. If the Wormcoil comes down next turn, it's gonna get exiled to the next effect.
Yes, and then he can start taking over the game, and Simon will just be hoping basically to draw any of the cards we previously mentioned, either the Ugin or the Ulamog.
Yeah, possibly. He does have the expedition map, which is really good because he can find Eye of Ugin.
That's true. Now, Eye of Ugin won't trigger on the cast of Wormcoil Engine, unfortunately, because it's 7. Right?
No, the Eye of Ugin, the old one.
Sorry, I'm thinking of the
new Battle for Zendikar card.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugin's Sanctum, I believe it's called.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he can deploy Eye of Ugin and Wormcoil this turn with his 8 mana. Though he has a land, so he can play a tower, find Eye of Ugin, next turn just slam it and work towards getting Emrakul mana. And that's really the key with...
Do you prefer... don't you prefer Ulamog over Emrakul? I mean...
Given the option, I would take Emrakul every day.
But you... sure, the extra turn, because I was thinking that Emrakul actually dies to a sweeper, unlike Ulamog.
Sure, yeah. But I don't expect there to be any sweepers left in Mikael Mathiasson's deck right now.
No, that's actually a very valid point.
And if you cast Emrakul in any shape or form, it's usually game over. So, are we gonna see one of the Titans here, perhaps?
Unfortunately, still Silence being in exile, so can't bring that back if he had a Sun Titan available to him.
But Sun Titan can bring back
the Fulminator Mage. Yeah.
Here blowing up one of the Tron pieces that Simon does not have a
second copy for.
Yep.
Yeah, and he knows exactly which one of those that is.
Oh yeah.
Due to the information gained from the Thoughtseize on the previous turn.
Yeah. So I believe Simon will just exile Mikael's graveyard. Yeah. So Sun Titan can't get back anything.
Yep.
Simon sacrificing the expedition map.
Yeah.
I expect him to find Eye of Ugin here.
Yeah, Wormcoil facing up very well against the Sun Titan for the one turn that it's gonna stay on the battlefield. So if you're Simon here, I assume you just attack with the worm coil, try to get the 6 life in while it's still around.
Oh yeah, for sure. You don't really care if the worm coil dies or if Mikael cracks back. There's nothing in his graveyard or anything. So Mikael needs to top deck another Fulminator Mage, blow up a land, get it back with Sun Titan, blow up another land, to really have a fighting chance here. There could be some other lines, like Gifts could possibly do something. But I believe if Simon gets to search with Ayafugen here and then untap with anything basically, he's in a really, really good position. Star getting sacrificed.
Yeah, draw a card. Card number 2.
Right.
So I think you just hold it this turn.
Alright, so let's do some math.
You can.
He has another Tron land in hand.
Yeah.
If you play the Ayafugen this turn and search, next turn you can play the Tron land and cast Emrakul.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's 6, 10, plus 2 from the Eye, plus 2 from the Tron land, and plus 1 from the Grove. Yeah, I believe you quite possibly just want to play the Ayafugen to go for the Emrakul next turn here.
Oh, here we go with Karn instead.
Alright,
so exile the Sun Titan.
Right.
And start beating down.
Mikael still has one Oblivion Ring. Detention Sphere, is it in hand?
Yeah.
Right? It's an interesting line from Simon, but I think I would have wanted to go with searching up Emrakul.
Yeah, he can't both play Grave Titan and get rid of the Worm Coil here.
Right. This line protects a bit more against the potential second Fulminator Mage, though.
Yeah.
Mikael could possibly just activate the Colonnade and kill the Karn here. Seems good. Passes the turn back to Simon.
So Simon at healthy 26 life total, and
Yeah.
still applying pressure, whereas Mikael is desperately scrambling to just deal with every threat that Simon is presenting.
Yeah. Wormcoil Engine is getting Path to Exile here
Yeah.
when given the option. Now, Simon has the option of just activating Ayafugen and finding another Wormcoil Engine, casting it instantly this turn. But I feel like he's probably gonna want to find the Emrakul.
turn.
Yeah.
Mikael untaps, asks how much mana is that on your side? A lot, says Simon. All of the mana. I have all of it.
Yeah. Simon a bit greedy, perhaps, with all the mana.
Well, Mikael doesn't need any of it.
I need some of it.
Right, so that's the 7th land there. Grave Titan joining the fray and still D-Sphere in the hand for Mikael. And now he's... you can see him on the left there. He's not entirely too pleased with his situation.
Yeah.
He just wants to maximize the amount of permanence on his board. And there's the handshake. So Simon Janson takes the game 2-0 quite handedly, and just so we have our champion. Congratulations, Simon Janson.
What a weekend he has had.
Absolutely. So
impressive play all around, really.
Yeah, in multiple formats, unlike several of the other players who he has been crushing basically every single format. So welcome back to the booth here. I'm Felix Wahlgren with Jens Holmström here in the booth at Scandinavian Invitational, just finishing up. So we just had our finalists facing off, and Simon Janson emerging on top. So just really strongest player in Modern here. I think it's
very strong.
Yeah, so Simon Janson, a very good deck choice for the metagame, or at least
for
for the very tiny metagame that was the one match he had. So we'll be trying to get Simon into the booth for a short interview, and we will be back in just a moment.
Stay tuned.